Alright, y'all. Anyway, card review. Busted ass card. Busted as fuck. And it's gonna make dragunitys so much more devastating and so much more consistent. It doesn't make a difference if you go first or not. It doesn't make a fucking difference. There is no reason on why you should lose if you no, there's no reason why you should lose at all if this card's in your deck. It doesn't make a fucking difference. It doesn't matter. But anyway, the card is Tempest, the Storm Incarnate Dragon. He's a level 7 wind attribute, dragon type effect. His effect is an ignition and a trigger. You got 2400 attack and 2200 defense. So the card is no ho. It's got real good stats. Comes out, like I said, comes out in Lord of Tachyon Galaxy. And its effect reads as followed. You can banish two dragon type or wind monsters from your hand or graveyard. Except this card. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. So, it doesn't make a difference. This card can be in your hand or your graveyard, and you can special summon it. So that's already a problem. I mean, yeah, it's not level 6, but it's a level 7, and it's a lot more, and its effect gets worse and worse by every time you read it. But I'm gonna keep reading its effect. During your opponent's end phase, if this card was special summoned, return it to the hand. So, Dragunity runners, let's say for instance, if you special summon this card from your deck using a Tum, and your turn goes around and your opponent doesn't do anything to get it off the field, you can return this card to the hand. You can return it to the hand no matter what, as long as it has gotten special summoned. If it got special summoned, it doesn't matter. By a monster born by the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon's effect, a Tum effect, it doesn't matter. You can return it to your hand. Monster born, return it to your hand. Now this is the part that I start telling you about how. You remember how I told you how it's going to make Dragunitys more consistent? This is it. Listen to this. You can discard this card and one other wind monster to the graveyard to add one dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. This is what is making the card so busted, because you can add any dragon. You can add Red Eyes Darkness Metal to your hand if you wanted to. Any fucking dragon, it hits the field. It comes to your hand. Any fucking dragon. So, let's say for instance, actually, like, this makes the Dragunitys more consistent. Like, you don't even have to now because of this card, you don't even really have to rely on your Dragon Ravine as much, because you can have this in your hand, a Dux in your hand, and a Phalanx in your hand, and discard Tempest, discard the Phalanx, add Mistletoe to your hand, and then go into your loops, to special summon fucking the Phalanx and then special summon the Mistletoe and shit. Synchro. And then you can remove those two cards, Mistletoe and your Phalanx, after you used it, or your Dux, whatever, after you used it, to get it to the field. But I'm not done with its effect. It still has another searching effect. When this card is banished, add one wind dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. So that's another way to search any wind dragon. I mean, there's really not that many of them, but there's some real good ones. But in Dragunitys, Mistletoe is another way to bring it to your hand. So that will really limit dead draws. There's really not too much of a drawback from this card. You can run 3 of this card, to open up with it, but I mean, there's no point to open up with it. Like, you can Foolish Burial it to the graveyard, and then Monster Reborn it. And like, there's so many different ways to get this card to your deck or to your hand. You can use its own effect to special summon it from your hand or your graveyard. So it's really, really broke. It's really, really ridiculous. Its last effect is you can only use Tempest, the Storm Incarnate Dragon's effect, per turn and only once per turn. So you can use every one of these effects one time during the turn. But I mean, it's got so many of them that it's like, it doesn't really matter. It's got 2 searching effects. Like, it goes off when it gets banished. It goes off when it goes to the graveyard. So either way, even if your opponent's running Macrocosmos and you discard this card, either way, you're gonna get a search. Either way. Or Dimensional Prison. Or, I mean, the spell card that when monsters get sent to the graveyard, you remove from play. That card. So even that card, this still gets around to get the search. This card basically is what's going to make dragunitys so much more consistent. And I even found this card on DN, and I'm even running this right now. I'm testing it at 1, and the way I've been opening up, most of the time what I've been doing is like Foolish Barreling to the grave. I've been using Ravine to put it in the grave. So, you know, I've been doing all kinds of shit to, you know, put it in the graveyard. So it's really, really ridiculous of the things you can do with just one of these cards, with just one. 2, I don't know how retarded it is because I'm not testing it yet at 2, but at 1, it added, like, let's say my deck is like 75% consistent. It just added another 15% of consistency to the deck just by having one of this card. One of this fucking card. It's that devastating to the deck of how much more consistent it is. And I know people at my locals been saying that, you know, my deck's consistent with and fine how it is. Well, this card is going to make it even a lot more consistent than what it really is now. So, I mean, I'm not sure what Konami's doing. I mean, from what it looks like they're maybe trying to not only revitalize win support, but some of the stuff that they have been coming out with, even though it can be ran in other decks, it kind of targets, you know what I mean, dragunitys. I mean, and people who's running dragunitys would be stupid not to run this. That simple. Even one, it'd be stupid not to run this. This is the kind of card that is going to get banned. It would get banned. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. I don't see it getting banned because they're coming out with other cards that's kind of related to that do the exact same thing that it does, but just targets, you know, fire, water, rock, you know, that kind of thing. And like I said, Tempest is busted. This card is busted as the fuck. It's even more busted ran in dragunitys. It makes the Strike Bouncer, Stardust, Full Power Red as Darkness Metal loop even more consistent and even more first turn basis getting it. Like, it's not really that consistent first turn, but I mean, first turn you're always going to Red Eyes Darkness Metal, Stardust Dragon, and Atum. But now you'll basically have the Atum left on the field to do whatever you want to do at your disposal. This card just makes it a lot more devastating. But tell me what you guys think about Tempest, and if you guys think that this card being out would make dragunitys a lot more crazy consistent than what it really is.